Hassan Piker just ruined his life.
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So, if you've been paying attention over the past couple of weeks, it's been a revolving door of non-stop drama and controversy involving a handful of content creators that
I think now he's even there's a little beef going on between him and Hassan and Tectone. I think.
we're going to once
I
again
don't know.
revisit today because there's some more insane behavior going on. Over the past 24 hours alone, we've seen several large streamers on Twitch say not only that they support terrorist organizations in
Yeah.
plain English.
They're literally saying it, and I can't believe they're still not getting banned. What's that about? What's that about? You're either going to give people the freedom of speech, or you're going to not give people freedom of speech, and everyone gets treated the same. What's that about? I don't get it.
But also make
Honestly.
more calls to violence against other content creators. It's ridiculous. It's exhausting. Now, what are we looking at here? Well, it is one of the most recent Hasan Piker streams, and you might notice that the title is a bit strange. Houthis show the limit of Iron Dome, as he types it in all caps and was probably pog facing as he was doing it. So what is he so enthusiastically talking about here? Well, he's talking about the Houthi terrorists who
Israel fails to intercept Houthi missile targeting its main airport, showing the limit of US efforts to weaken the group.
sent a missile and launched it on a civilian commercial airport.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. A terrorist attack. And he's typing it out like it's some grand thing that he's so excited about. It's very strange behavior. But of course, he's always had some favor for the Houthi terrorists. In fact, he interviewed one and blazed up that terrorist nonstop during his quote-unquote interview. But also, we've had this notion that he supports them. And now, he's just made it very clear. When he was asked by a chatter whether or not he supports them, he made it very clear.
You said Ethan's words can make him seem pro-Zionist and that he should be more thoughtful, but when he pointed out that your language can come off as supportive of terrorism, why not just admit that you're careless sometimes too to his fans? It made you look like you can't admit fault. I have no problem with the Houthis. Yeah, because I don't. What do you mean? If you think I'm a terrorism supporter for that reason, then yeah, I'm a fucking terrorism supporter. What are you talking about?
Come on, bro.
The Houthis and their militancy in the Red Sea is a perfectly moral action. What would you do if there was a genocide happening in your fucking backyard? That's it. And Ethan had no answer.
Look, and I'm not saying I disagree or agree with him. I'm not putting my input into that. And it's down to you as well. Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? But that's besides the point. This is not what I'm bitching about. And this is not what we're bitching about. We're bitching about everyone's got to be treated the same, right? He's literally glazing a terrorist group. Yeah? He's literally glazing a terrorist group on Twitch. And he's not getting banned for it. What the fuck? And there's all the other countless stuff that's happened. They're getting bans for 2 weeks. They're getting bans, 1 week bans, whatever. 24-hour bans. People getting banned for saying things on this side. And then on the other side, he's literally saying he supports terrorist groups and shit. Whether you agree or disagree, that's besides the point. It's either you're going to treat everyone the same or you're just going to, you know what I mean? You're going to let it be a free-for-all and have freedom of speech for real on Twitch. But you're not. This is the situation with Twitch, bro. This is why I don't stream on Twitch.
For that.
What's that? Hasan reiterates his support for the Houthis after chatter calls him out. The Houthis are militancy in the Red Sea, perfectly moral action.
Also said, yes, some people think I'm a terrorist supporter, and that's on them and not me.
Well, there you have it, folks. He just straight up says it. He supports a terrorist organization. That is an absolutely wild thing, even for Hasan Piker. That's how mask off he went. He literally got one guide by this random chatter who was daring to challenge his opinion, and he just outright admits that he supports Houthi terrorists. It's absolutely insane. Then you see him talking about this moral right that the group has in the Red Sea. Does that absolute moral right include things like sending missiles at ships at civilian airports, also taking over merchant ships, and doing all these other terrible, awful things that are very clear acts of terrorism? He is so deep in this, it's actually insane. Now, of course, you think to yourself, TOS, right? I know it's kind of pointless with
This is what
Hasan
I'm
Piker
saying,
to bring
bro.
up the TOS, but this is the most obvious breaking of the TOS. Now, it's kind of like that fact, I believe it's like the average American accidentally commits 2 to 3 felonies a day because they're not aware of certain laws or rules that exist, and they just happen to break them by living life. That's kind of like with Twitch streams. If you look hard enough,
you will always find the fault that breaks TOS.
Pretty much any stream, you can find something that might break a rule somewhere in their giant TOS here. But this one isn't something you accidentally violate. You don't accidentally violate the terrorism and violent extremism rule in the TOS, which
so like you can't have harsh words about certain people or harsh view on a culture or whatever, but you can literally support terrorist groups on Twitch. What the fuck is going on, bruv? What the fuck?
Does not allow you to glorify or support terrorism. And here's Hasan Piker saying, I support
Dan Clancy needs to sort it out.
terrorists. Plain and clear. And we're not even talking about the fact that he played terrorist propaganda in the past, which is also a very clear violation of the TOS. You can't even play it for educational reasons or to denounce it. You can't play it at all, and he's done it multiple times. And then you also have this language here about supporting terrorism, which he just outright says, I support the Houthis, which, by the way, are a designated foreign terrorist organization. So that's not even up for debate. It's a fact at this point. And overall, why is this guy fighting so hard to glorify this group who is known for bringing back slavery?
Literally, like, I saw a story, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. They're like enslaving Ethiopian women, making them sex slaves. Like, fuck me, man.
Yes, taking men and forcing them to fight on the behalf of the Houthis. Taking women into sexual slavery, including children, torturing children, killing children, doing all of this stuff. It's absolutely disgusting. You're going to scroll through anything like this. There's no women's rights in any of these areas. They persecute the Jews. One of their main monikers of their entire group is a curse upon the Jews. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And sometimes I guess we get a little bit.
I think they're looking to and in Syria they're like looking to destroy the Druze there as well. Their tiny community, they're looking to wipe them out. And the Druze, I think, have sought Israeli help, and so the Muslim Syrians are seeing that as betrayal. It's utter madness.
Fatigued by people like Hasan Piker. We're too used to this sort of behavior, but it's outrageous. And Twitch is really pushing the limits. I mean, they pushed it way beyond where it should have gone. If Twitch had 9 lives, they're on the last one at this point. I don't know how all of this hasn't crumbled already, especially in the leadership positions. How
it's just backed up by Amazon. Amazon's such a titan. Amazon probably even hasn't even looked at Twitch. They're just like, subsidize it. I just like, what the fuck is going on?
How is Dan Clancy still
advertisers need to do block and then hit their wake up,
operating at the top while allowing this to continue over and over again? It's crazy. When Amazon finally takes a real look at Twitch and what's going on this platform, it's going to be nuclear. They're going to be getting rid of a lot of people like Dan Clancy, and they're going to do something about people like Hasan Piker, and they're probably going to overreact, and they're going to try to get rid of a lot of things, even getting close to the type of commentary he provides, because it's gotten that bad and that out of hand. How is this not blowing?
Why not just make a fucking political category? Have they not got a political category? A politics category? News category? If I can go there. And if advertisers don't want to advertise there, that's fine.
Up even more. This is a crazy thing to do. We're
Drives
sitting
me
here
nuts.
and watching one of the faces of a major platform openly say he supports a terrorist organization. And it's not even surprising, just given the way that he has been. It's surprising he actually admitted it in plain English. But yeah, he did it. And now what? What is Twitch going to do
now
about this?
That's it.
Probably nothing. And it doesn't really matter because you can't even report him. It's been shared.
I'm getting word that it is not possible to report Hasan Abi on Twitch. You will receive an internal error.
that you literally can't
There's someone on the inside there that sucks his dick or something. Something like that must happen. What's going on?
even report Hasan Piker anymore. It just gives you an error message. You can't even get it through. It's insane. It's insane we're at this point, but again, it's not too surprising. Now, for Hasan, he's been in the news cycle, the major news cycle, a lot recently, including with fluff pieces like this by the New York Times.
Yeah, this was hilarious.
Let me read the original title of this article.
Hilarious.
A progressive mind in a MAGA body. For the presumably left-leaning journalist who made this.
In a MAGA body. What the fuck is the New York Times doing? That's hilarious, bro. That's actually hilarious. That's alluding to the fact saying that Democrats have all got weak and puny bodies. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That is one of the most incredible and
funny,
wild
man.
self-owns I've ever seen.
That's ridiculous.
But that was the original title. They got bullied into changing it because so many people were making fun of it, and the new title's not much better, but you can see fluff pieces like that. There's been a lot of them recently, but also he's getting some negative attention. You can see he was on Fox News, or at least they were covering him on Fox.
Hasan says, thank you to all liberal haters for potentially putting him in the crosshairs of a Trump admin. I think I'm going to jail now, by the way, low key, but high key. Congratulations to all my haters, bro. You did it. All the liberals.
Fox News, and he gets real nervous.
With anti-Semitism.
Let's go.
I am sorry. After October 7th, this is not about criticism of Israel or the Israeli
let's
government.
go. I think I'm going to go to jail, by the way. That's like, okay. This might actually cause me to go to jail, low key, but high key.
Genocidal.
This might cause me to go to jail. You won't go to jail, bro. You're rich. And his family's rich. You know who his dad is?
Slogans about the Jewish state.
Yeah.
They talk about intifada glowingly. They support
crazy,
Hamas,
bro.
a
Yeah.
genocidal
I might
terrorist
literally
group with
be
American
going to
blood
jail
on their hands. It is a fallacy to pretend, oh, we can't criticize the government
That's
of Israel.
hilarious.
That is not the issue
congratulations
here.
to all
These
my
people
haters, bro. You did it. All
just
the
lie
liberals.
constantly.
At least the nickname fits. Piker.
Piker.
What does that mean?
I think liar or something. It's an old word. Liar or fraud or some shit like that. I think, but don't quote me. I don't know, bro.
So do I think
so.
Hasan Piker's going to go to jail
Fraud or liar.
over this stuff? No, I don't think he is. And even if he was charged, he's a very wealthy man. I'm sure he could find a competent lawyer to try to wiggle his way out of this.
I have to find out. What have I typed? A gambler who makes small bets. Oh no. A person who withdraws from a planned commitment. He pulls out. I thought it was like a and it's slang. Someone who's unreliable because they either leave early or never arrive. Sorry guys, I'm going to be a piker and go to bed. It's like that. Okay. Shitter. No, I'm joking.
But the fact that he's being talked about on a platform like this is crazy. And he's feeling the heat, right? He looks very bad. And now you're...
He looked worried. I swear down. As soon as he saw it, he was like, oh shit. Oh.
Getting people who are outside the little echo chamber. I think we get kind of stuck in this content creation space where we hold people up on a higher pedestal and level of importance than they actually are. But to see him getting into the major news cycle like this and being, well, described in exactly how he's wanted to be described is pretty crazy.
Anti-Israel alliance.
And now he's nervous. And you know what he's doing? The first thing he's doing in response to this? He's playing the victim. He's acting like he's going to be persecuted for this stuff. When in reality, they're just sharing his insane beliefs that he proudly displays to his community, and he just doesn't like the mirror, basically. He doesn't like...
What are Twitch going to do? That's what they should be saying in the news. Twitch, are you not going to... How are you allowing a person like this on your platform? That's what should be going on. If it was anything else, that's what would happen.
It's
so weird.
People talk about him because I guarantee if you go down the street and show a random average Joe, some of his comments about terrorism and stuff, they would say this guy is absolutely insane. Now, is he actually breaking any law?
Saying shit like America deserved 9/11 and all of that. Mad. On stream and all of that. Crazy. I think he got a 1-day ban for that one.
Laws. People keep throwing around material support
I don't know,
for a terrorist organization. I don't think that's what he's doing. I think it's a bit of a stretch. But let it be known, it's not just the traditional sense where like you're sending weapons or money to them. There are also verbal things that you can say that will get you in trouble. And that has to do with expert advice or assistance. Now, I don't think anything he's doing is quite at that level.
Advice or assistance derived from scientific, technical, or other specialized knowledge.
But the fact
Specialized
that we're literally
knowledge?
even considering this,
Nah, technical advice. Probably like a nuclear specialist.
is insane for someone who's supposed to be one of the
specialists.
faces of Twitch, a gaming streaming site. Like, what are we even talking about anymore? How is this a real conversation and he's not going to get in any trouble for? I guarantee
It's
he's
ridiculous,
not gonna get in
bro. He's got to get in trouble, or the face that Twitch has remaining is gonna collapse. It's collapsing already. It's so bad.
trouble for this. His infamous ban, the most recent one, was 1 day after basically sharing violent rhetoric about a sitting U.S. senator, saying someone needs to game end him.
Yeah, this one. Oh, yeah, quite recently. Yeah, it was that one, yeah. And then before that, I think it was the 9/11 one.
Like, you know what I mean? This is absolutely insane, and Twitch just looks stupid, more stupid by pretty much every single day, by allowing this stuff to continue over and over again. And the one term I also see is stochastic terrorism, which I think is something that a lot of people in his orbit...
That is a form of political violence instigated by hostile public rhetoric directed at a group or an individual. Unlike incitement to terrorism, stochastic, fuck knows, he just said it, stochastic, whatever, terrorism is accomplished with indirect, vague or coded language, which grants the instigator plausible deniability for any associated violence. Well, it's like undercover, low-key terrorism. You know, fucking coded terrorism, vague.
like to do, calls for violence, things like that, where they don't directly say, go do this to this person, but they're encouraging violent rhetoric, and they're trying to have plausible deniability. This is what a lot of people, unfortunately, are resorting to, because it's become
It's like, you know what I mean, wink, wink, sort of thing.
normalized on Twitch. People think they can get away with this stuff, so they keep doing it. It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Before we get off of Hasan Piker here, one more round of clips I want to share, because
Hasan says Asman is bitch made and audience captured.
this is really funny. So, when reacting to Asmongold, as he does every single day, Hasan says
life
Asmongold
revolves
is
around him.
bitch made and audience captured. Let's listen to this.
You say you're afraid of your community, so you can't concede any ground on. So you say wild shit. Dude, I yell at my community more than he does. He's so fucking bitch made. He literally can't even stream on his main channel because he was afraid of fucking criticism. What the fuck are you talking about? I literally say everything with my whole goddamn chest. The idea that I'm fucking afraid of my audience, the way that I'm audience captured, this meta is so clear cut a form of projection that is insane to me, because it's literally only commentators, only other people that engage in commentary, political commentary, actually say this all the time.
Well, okay, he says Asmongold is audience captured, meaning he can't say certain things because it would piss off his audience, so he has to steer around it, which is projection, as he's saying, and also hypocrisy, because we got the receipts here. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is him talking about Hogwarts Legacy.
This game is the only reason why I'm not playing this game, and I know a bunch of other people are not playing this game, is because we know that it's not worth it to get fucking bullied endlessly and called transphobic endlessly.
He's such a loser. He's such a fucking loser. I played that game and I was still streaming on Twitch at that time, I think. And I streamed it on Twitch with no fucking problem. What's he talking about? And if anyone did come talking about transphobic shit, they just got blocked. They just got shut down, and my chat was just smoking them. What are you talking about? Virtue signaling little bitch. Has anyone apologized to J.K. Rowling?
In when we have massive queer communities and audiences, that's it. Every
audience captured. He wouldn't play Hogwarts Legacy because he thought he would get bullied by his own audience.
Yeah.
I'm glad people have receipts on stuff like this. It's not surprising to see this is all projection and hypocrisy. But anyways, I said there was going to be another example we were going to talk about today, and it's this guy, Mike from PA, who is once again making another call to violence. His second one in recent months. Let's listen to this.
Can I say something? And it's I really like that these people did this, but I gotta be honest, with my experience in life with people like Ethan, the only thing that ever knocks them out of their fucking spiraling is the rod. It's the stick. It's not the carrot. Like he feels like he's bullying you. He feels like he's hurting you. He's not going to stop until he's bleeding out of the corner of his mouth. And I get it. I want to be empathetic. Like, I understand the value of empathy. I understand the value of trying to reach out to someone. But somebody like Ethan, he needs to get...
These fucking guys. They're loving, caring. Look at them. All they want to do is fucking hit you. All they want to do is fight you, these fucking people. Stay away from me, man. Stay away from me. Don't look at me. Don't touch me.
He needs to see some stars before he's going to fucking back down. You know? And so I just would not do this. Like, and I know that.
It's so intimidating as well. Like, it's so scary. If I was Ethan, I'll be so worried, bro. I'll be worried for my fucking life. This guy's intimidating as fuck. I'm intimidated for Ethan. Come here. Fuck off.
A lot of them have since come out and said, well, that didn't work because they legitimately tried. And so I don't think that they were wrong to try this. It's just with people like Ethan Klein, until he feels the pressure, he's not going to stop.
Just like the comments that Hasan has made about the Houthi pirates, this is going to go unpunished. 100%, nothing's going to happen to this guy. I don't think
it's just inciting violence.
They want to go out of their way to do anything about this, but this is obvious. It's an obvious call for violence against Ethan Klein. I mean, what are we doing again? Why is Twitch allowing all of this?
Yeah.
It's so gross that people resort to this stuff.
It's not like
when they can't make a counter argument, they can't do anything that actually provides any sort of real criticism. They go to calls for violence and they go to extremism and all this stuff. It's so insane to see how normalized all of this is. And like I said, not even the first time this guy has made a call to violence. He did the same thing for Destiny as well a few months back. And all of the things we covered today, the two main clips, it's from the last 24 hours. Like, are we serious? And again, all these people are either Hasan Piker or people who are in his orbit. And it's not really a coincidence that this is where we're seeing the most calls for violence coming out of that group. It's really crazy. You know what's even crazier? You can't report this guy either.
Look at this long-haired heathen.
Again, another error message
like
if you try to report his channel. Absolutely insane. Something clearly going on.
Strange, isn't it? What's that about? They're probably getting an overwhelming amount of complaints. That's why. They've crashed the fucking system. Let's go.
On at Twitch. But again, it's not surprising. But you can see Ethan Klein making...
Twitch leftists continue to call for violence with zero recourse. Twitch must start passing out permanent bans for this, or there will be a reckoning like we've never seen. It's not too late, but it will be soon. I think he's right.
In this post saying, Twitch leftists continue to call for violence with zero recourse. Twitch must start passing out permanent bans for this, or there will be a reckoning like we've never seen.
Yeah.
It's not too late, but it will be soon. And that's my thoughts as well on the platform. If they don't do something about this content, it's going to eventually boil over, and there's going to be no putting it back. It's going to be major consequences for the platform, especially if, like I said, Amazon starts taking a look, because right now Twitch is on life support.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get it twisted.
That's what
Twitch
I'm
is
saying.
a struggling company
Yeah.
somehow, despite
Yeah, I don't even know if it's making money. Probably.
having basically the golden ticket for printing money. They
With
still
Amazon.
are operating at a loss. They're relying on
Operating at a
Amazon
loss.
to save them. And imagine if Amazon pulls the plug. They are screwed.
It's over.
But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Mixer.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Great video again, as always, from Rev. Make sure you go check him out. It'll be in the description below. Give it a like. And yeah, Hasan, man, I don't know. The main issue that we have here is with Twitch. I think that's the crux of the fucking situation. Is like, come on, Twitch, be fair, be fucking non-biased. You know, be fair. That's ultimately what it is, and people are realizing it. That's probably why that's why they're getting that error message when they're sending in the reports. It's because it's fucking probably crashed. But either way, who gives a fuck anyway?